Look at the little padlock beside the web address right now. Most of us were taught. It means one thing, safe. I want to spend a few minutes on what it actually means, because the honest answer is stranger, and a good deal less reassuring than that. When you send a password to a website, it crosses a dozen machines you will never see. Routers, cables, somebody's coffee shop Wi-Fi. Left in the open, any of them could read it, the way anyone can read a postcard, so it has to be sealed shut. The padlock is the promise that it was. But sealing a letter is only half the problem. Encryption hides what is inside. It does nothing to tell you that the person you are sealing it to is really your bank and not an imposter who has slipped into the middle. You can have a perfectly private conversation with a thief, so the padlock has a second, harder job, proving who is actually on the other end. It does that with a certificate, a small digital document the website presents that says, "I really am your band.com." Your browser checks it in the time the page takes to appear. If it holds up, the padlock closes. If it does not, you get that frightening red warning. Simple enough, except for one question. Who decides the certificate is genuine? Not you, not the website. A third party you never chose and probably cannot name. A certificate authority. A handful of organizations whose entire business is vouching, signing certificates that declare, yes, this site is who it claims to be. Your browser trusts them, and so, without ever being asked, you trust them too. And here is the part that reframes the whole padlock. Your browser arrives with a built-in list of authorities. It will believe, hundreds of them, from companies and governments all over the world. You did not choose that list, you inherited it. And any authority on it can issue a valid certificate for any website that exists. Any of them, including for your bank. Sit with that for a moment. The padlock is not a statement that a site is trustworthy. It is a statement that someone on that inherited list vouched for it. Which means your safety is only ever as strong as the least careful, least honest authority in the entire set. One weak link vouches falsely, and the padlock closes on a lie, looking exactly as green and calm as ever. And this is not hypothetical. In 2011, a single Dutch authority was breached, and fraudulent certificates were issued for major sites and used to spy on people in Iran. The padlocks looked flawless. The company behind that authority was bankrupt within weeks. The trust it had been selling turned out to be the only thing it owned. So the system grew scaffolding around itself. Public logs, where every certificate ever issued is written down so that a forged one can at least be caught after the fact. It is clever, and it is necessary, and it is also a quiet confession. We could not make the vouching trustworthy, so we settled for making it auditable. Which is the truth sitting under the whole web. Every secure connection you make rests not on mathematics alone, but on a chain of strangers vouching for strangers. The cryptography is close to flawless. It is the humans holding the keys who are the soft part. So keep the padlock, by all means. It is genuinely far better than nothing. It seals the letter, and it usually names the recipient correctly. Just stop reading it as the word safe. Read it instead as, someone you were told to trust says this is fine. The entire encrypted internet hangs on that sentence, and on the hope that the least honest name on a list you have never seen is honest enough today.